All right, welcome everybody. We got a train coming. Well, that was CPKC I-968. And when that gets to Meridian, it'll turn to NS-28J. We are west of Meridian now in Newton, Mississippi. And I'll just wait on other people to get online before I start talking again. Yeah. We'll just leave the camera sitting right here. Oh, hey, we have a person online. Welcome. So, I am currently in Newton, Mississippi. It is west of Meridian on the CPKC, former KCS Meridian Speedway. And we just had a train come by, CPKC I-968, which will turn into NS-28J in Meridian. And it is the UPZLAAI. It had a 3x2 lash up, 2 GEVOs and an ace up front, and a tier 4 GEVO and an AC44 in the middle of the train. And I'm out here because I'm expecting quite a few westbounds, 4 to be exact. So, let's see, that was him calling something. So, if you were on my stream earlier today, I was in Russell, Mississippi, and got a whopping 1 train, but this morning wasn't all that busy. And I had originally planned to move up to Cuba, Alabama, because I knew there was an I-9K coming south with a solid KCS lash up. And hold on a minute. Let's see what this is about. That's a dispatcher. This defect detector I'm hearing is
detector milepost 25.8. Proceed. Total axle 466. Speed 47. Temperature 61 degrees. Train is eastbound. Detector out.
that defect detector was for 968. It's 5 miles to the east of here. And behind me in Newton, on further down the tracks right before the curve, is the interchange with the Mississippi Southern, which is a Watco railroad. And I got a quick snapshot of them earlier today. But right now I'm waiting on 4 westbound trains. One is Q567, which is a tanker that has CP7000 leading, which is a SD70 ACU class unit. Also waiting on I-969, which I know has NS and UP power. The leader has a P5 horn. Waiting on I-9, well, I-169, I think is the ID, with a KCS trio. And waiting on M265, which has CSX 576 and CSX 4764. All are projected to come this way, but will they all come this way before the sun sets? Who knows? I hope so. We'll see. I've got a signal behind me at the junction, but the thing about these signals on KCS or CPKC is, the thing about these is that they only light up when the train gets in the block, so I didn't have much time to set up for that I-968. I just so happened to look at the right time. And there's no particular order in which those 4 westbounds are going to be coming, so I'm just sitting here waiting to see what else comes down the railroad. But this is the historic Newton Depot in front of us. And Newton's a rather popular spot west of Meridian. People come out here and photograph trains passing the station all the time. This is my first time out here, so hoping we get lucky with these westbounds. Let's see. No updates, but if I had to take a guess, I-969 should be the first train through here, since that's the counterpart to I-968. It's a priority intermodal going out to California. No signal. Which is probably gonna might change once they get to Meehan, which I'm not sure how soon they'll get out there. See what this is. Seems like we have a meet at either Meehan or Meridian. Which I hope it's Meehan, because I hate to be sitting here with nothing going on. Let's see. Any updates, any comments? No. Ugh. I hope this isn't going to turn into another snooze fest like the last one. At least I had folks to talk to. Hopefully more people will come in later on, because we have some pretty good trains headed this way. Hello to the one person that keeps coming in and out of the stream. Man. No updates, nothing to report, unfortunately. But I anticipate the next train to come through would be CPKC I-969, which is the UP hotshot out west. But this in front of me is the historic Newton Depot. It is home to Newton's Chamber of Commerce. Now, what's this, I wonder?
CPKC Capital 6, give it. It's 8146, clear. That's good.
Not sure what that was. Might have been 969. I can barely hear that. Well, maybe that means we'll have a train head this way. Just heard some chatter from the dispatcher, so maybe that means a train's headed this way. We'll probably hear that detector go off before the signal lights up or something. Dad, thanks for tuning in. This station is in Newton, Mississippi. It's on the Meridian Speedway, west of Meridian. And, let's see what else. Yeah, it's a popular spot west of Meridian on the CPKC Meridian Speedway. About 30-ish minutes ago, we got Hotshot Intermodal headed east. CPKC I-968, which was Union Pacific's ZLAAI, going from Los Angeles, California to Atlanta, Georgia. And once it gets to Meridian, it will turn into NS28J. And it'll go to Atlanta, and then NS will do their thing with it, and it'll go to Jacksonville. But I'm expecting about 4 westbounds coming. I'm looking east right now. West is behind me. I'm expecting about 4 westbounds. One of them is a KCS trio. It's not common these days to find a solid lash-up of Kansas City Southern engines since the CPKC merger. And there's another one with a leader that's the first of its kind for Canadian Pacific. And then there's a CSX train coming off the Meridian in Bigby. And there's the I-969, which is the counterpart to the train I just caught about 30 minutes ago, which would be UPZ AILA NS29S. So I'm waiting on about 4 trains, and I hope they all show before it gets dark, because I have about an hour and a half left of playtime. No signal behind me yet, but the train will be in the block before the signal lights up. There's a defect detector about 5 miles to the east, so once I hear it, the train will pretty much be here, because they fly through here. The UP train I got going east was about 47 miles an hour, I think the defect detector said. So they move through here pretty good. In some places, they go about 70 miles an hour, these trains do. So they don't call it the Meridian Speedway for nothing. And right now I hope we get some more action, because this morning we got one train and another came after the stream ended. But we had about 10 people on, and we've had one person come in and out, and Dad, you're the only one watching right now. But let's see. Hoping we get some more traffic here soon, because the light's pretty good right now. I check the signal back here behind me every now and then. I'll pan back here. Kind of in between those boxes is a junction with the Mississippi Southern. And I got a photo of them with their engines by their depot. But the signal's kind of behind that box. And it's not in good view from where I'm standing, so I have to step away for a bit and look at it every now and then. Thanks for the like. But yeah, by and large, it's been a pretty quiet day. But I'm just hoping I can get something halfway decent before I have to take off for the evening, because we've got some pretty good trains headed this way. And this is the site of a Civil War raid, where the Union came in essentially disguised as Confederate soldiers, and they disrupted Confederate supply chain back in 1863. And that's more of the historical significance of the place. There was a lady that was kind enough to show me around inside, and this depot was built in the early 1900s for rail traffic. And the interior of it is still pretty well intact. Nothing on the signal yet. I'm hoping we see another train here soon. I know we've got quite a few trains that, if they're not in Meridian already, they're getting close. And all 4 of them are supposed to come this way, assuming they don't tie down in the yard. So I'm interested to see which ones the dispatcher sends on first. Okay. It's a pretty day at least. And we got good sunlight. But I'm hoping these trains come on so I can make the most of it. We have 3 people watching now. Thanks everybody for joining. So we've been into this stream for about 39 minutes, but at the start of the stream, I had CPKC I-968 sneak up on me, because the way the signals work on this line is that we have... So essentially, in railroading terms, the distance between 2 signals is called a block. And the way the signals on CPKC, formerly KCS, work is that they only light up when a train... Oh, that's perfect. When a train enters a block. Hold on 1 second. Anyway, as I was saying, the only way the signals on this line activate is when the train is 1 signal out.
Now, all in yard limits and meridian switches are normal rear paperwork complete.
Okay, sounds like something just got to Meridian. Paul the Rail Fanner, hey, thanks for joining.
Board at 1541. January 2, 2025 JSM. Switches on the rear, paperwork complete. Is that correct? Over. Better rip, over.
Okay, so a train just got to Meridian off of either the Haverty sub, which is the old Meridian in Bigby, or the Artesia sub, which comes from Artesia, Mississippi. The Haverty sub train would be CPKC M265, which has CSX power, CSX 576 and 4764 to be exact. Blast. Couldn't hear an engine number, so I couldn't tell. No, Paul, this is the CPKC. This is the Meridian Speedway from Meridian to Jackson to Shreveport, and we're in Newton, Mississippi. No update on the signal just yet, but I'm expecting about 4 westbounds, and the CSX one is the first. It's a CPKC train with CSX power, a part of the new Meridian and Bigby deal, where CPKC operates Myrtlewood, Alabama to Meridian, and CSX operates Myrtlewood, Alabama to Montgomery. Hey, Train Guy 17. Yes, this is the Meridian Speedway. I'm expecting about... I've said several times, but nobody was on to really hear me. But I'm thankful you guys are on right now. But this is Newton, Mississippi on the Meridian Speedway for CPKC. This is former KCS trackage. And I'm waiting on 4 westbounds. And I had eastbound I-968 sneak up on me earlier today. And it had a 3x2 lash up of Union Pacific Power. And they were greenlit all the way to Meridian, I want to say. And if I had to take a guess, the next train will be I-969, which is 968's counterpart. And that's going to have 2 NS and 2 UPs, and the leader's going to have a P5. And I want to say it was that 8146 the dispatcher was talking to. So I'm just sitting here waiting on that to come through, and I'm glad I have some folks to talk to now. Signal is still dark, but I'm doing my best to keep an eye on it. There's a defect detector about 5 miles to the east of here. We're at about milepost 30.74. So, I'm just waiting to hear what comes along. But we do have trains headed this way. At least I am anticipating trains headed this way. Let's see, any updates? None yet. But we heard some chatter from... That'd be correct. Q567 is one of those westbounds. Q567 is a tanker train, and it has CP7000 leading, which is the class unit for Canadian Pacific's SD70 ACUs. I got this trailing about a month ago, and I don't know if they had engine troubles or what, but I'm hoping they kept this thing in the lead because I'd like to get it. And another one of those westbounds is NSI9K, and I think that is a CPKC I9, no, not 969, I169. Oh, we have a cat headed our way. And that's got a KCS trio. So my dilemma was earlier today, I was waiting in Cuba, Alabama, thinking, okay, I'm going to sit up there for I-9K, and I'm going to chase it from Cuba to here, and with a little bit of luck, get it somewhere in between. And, what else? Right when I got to Cuba, I got a heads up about this tanker coming, so I figured, well, I plan to do a live stream later today, which is what this is. And, I might as well try to get everything in one go. So, I'm out here waiting on these trains. And, I'm going to put this up public once the stream ends, so that way you guys can see I-968 when it rolled by. So if everything goes well and the sun doesn't set too quick, you guys will see you guys will see Union Pacific, CSX, CP, KCS, and Norfolk Southern all leading in one live stream. And that's if all goes well, if they don't tie anything down in Meridian, and the sun doesn't set. Yes, I have company, and I'm very thankful to have this company. Nothing on the signal yet. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, because about the first half of this live stream, we had pretty much nobody, and it was just me, myself, and I. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Let's see. Paul the Rail Fanner. I haven't been rail fanning today. Well, I went rail fanning yesterday. Well, let's see. I've been rail fanning the past 3 days. And New Year's Eve, which was a couple days ago, I got one train that was 11T with the Southern Railway Heritage Unit leading. And I got it right at last light. And I went out again yesterday and caught nothing. I went up to Marion Junction and waited on 11T because apparently they kept it in Selma the whole day. And figured out that after I had left, they let it leave Selma right as the sunset. So I missed on that. And I'm out here again. Well, not again. This is my first time in Newton. I'm out here hoping I don't swing and miss again. Yeah, it's nice to recharge your batteries every once in a while with sleep. 19 coming into Meridian in a few. They might be holding a train or two until they pass. Yeah. Yeah, I figured they would have at least sent I-969 on before Amtrak got in, because it seemed like they were well ahead of Amtrak, but then again, I don't know. Let me see what else. 19's a passenger train. 19's going to go towards New Orleans instead of come out this way, so we won't be able to see it, unfortunately. But yeah, maybe the floodgates will open once 19 gets out of the way. But it sounded like they were having a meet at either Meehan or Meridian. I want to say they said Meridian, but I was really hoping for Meehan, because I don't want to have another dead period. But, yeah, hoping we get some trains here quickly this afternoon. No dice on the signal. Those 4 westbounds are the only thing I'm sure about, but I don't know if we're going to get another eastbound. And I kind of hope we don't, because I'd like for all these trains to have a straight shot here, if at all possible. Make the most of our daylight. But thank you all for joining. Five people and 2 likes. Please like the video if you haven't done so already. Huh. Interesting. 4 views, 3 likes. Thanks for that extra like. 4 likes. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Signal's still dark, but I'm mostly checking to make sure we don't have another eastbound sneak up on us, because that tends to happen. Hope everybody's having a good New Year so far. Those buzzards are circling overhead. I'm trying to think of other things to talk about because, I mean, waiting on trains can only get so interesting. Whoever dropped that 5th like, thank you. City skylines layout in the downtime. Nice. So I'm assuming that's a model railroad, or is that a video game or something? Gotcha. No signal yet, unfortunately. But I'm really hoping things pick up soon. It's almost 4 o'clock. We have about an hour left of daylight, and I don't mean to sound pessimistic, but I'm kind of starting to lose hope here. Because we all have all these trains that are halfway decent in Meridian, and they all have an hour to get over here. I have a suspicion that I-968, no, not an I-968, that's already come through. I have a suspicion that I-969 is going to be the next train because the dispatcher was talking to an 8146. And I have a feeling that would be an NS motor. I don't think that would be a CPKC motor because most of the westbound CPKC traffic that I'm aware of hasn't, like, I'm pretty sure about what they have for power. No, I'm not cold. The sun feels really good right now. And I have a jacket in the truck in case I get cold. Still nothing on the signal. Hey, Train Guy 17, is there a way you can see? Amtrak has a link where you can see where the trains are at. Can you see if 19's already south of Meridian, if you're still watching? Excuse me. Cool, thank you. Okay. Huh. So they're just arriving in Meridian. Is that what you're telling me? They're just arriving in Meridian? I guess that'd be about right. I never did look to see when they are typically on time into Meridian. Excuse me, folks. Oh man, they are early. You know, when I lived up in South Carolina, I would occasionally ride Amtrak to come back and see my folks in Alabama. And it seems like south of Tuscaloosa was when all the, shall we say, odd stuff happens. My first time riding... Excuse me. My first time riding, we were about 3 hours late coming into Meridian, and the engine broke down. That put us about 2 hours behind schedule. And then we got into Laurel at midnight, and because we got into there about midnight, they had to do like an hour-long train inspection or something like that, and that put us about 6 to 7 hours behind schedule getting into Hattiesburg, so we were extremely late there. The second time was a little bit better. Only thing about that one, I remember there was a stub track south of York, I believe, between York and Cuba, where the dispatcher put us in that stub track for a northbound mixed freight. And you heard that right. Norfolk Southern's dispatcher held an Amtrak passenger train up for a mixed freight. But the third time, we were actually way early getting into Meridian. Well, not way early. We were a few minutes ahead of schedule getting into Meridian, much like this train was. And 29S was fueling, so they were blocking the station. So we went from, it was like, we waited at Briar, which is the NS control point directly north of Meridian, for a good bit, and then the dispatcher moved us on down to the Diamond for KCS to come across. And actually got the Macon local coming in from inside the train. And once it cleared, then we got to detrain at the station. But for that third excursion, we went from being a few minutes ahead of schedule to an hour and a half behind schedule. And my fourth and last time riding Amtrak was behind one of the Heritage units. I forget the number of it right off and the phase of it, but it was one of the Heritage units. So that was probably the smoothest excursion of them all. And another thing that was so cool about it was really cool to see a lot of folks, some I knew, some I didn't, getting out to film the train I was on as we were rolling through the countryside. Nothing on the signal yet. I have a suspicion they're going to let... I feel like they're going to let I-969 go first. Especially if Amtrak's just getting into the station. Because I know the dispatcher was talking to an 8146, so I feel like there's something headed this way. And I hope we get more traffic here soon. And after that, if I'm lucky, maybe that tanker will be on its tail. Let's see. Still nothing on the signal yet. I'm going to do a quick pan around. So we have a person coming. So further down the tracks in between the trees is the junction with the Mississippi Southern, which is a Watco affiliate. And they don't have a diamond here. They have a switch to pull west onto the main, and then they have to reverse back and then go down another switch to go south. So I find that rather interesting. Let's see, what did you say? AGS is not even that crowded south of Tuscaloosa during the day. A lot of traffic seems to run early in the day or late. Meridian is just bad since they refuel right in the middle of the town. Yeah, Meridian can be bad because that fueling creates a log jam. But this morning was rather dead. It was just 339 with a C6M and a Jevo mid-train, and 131 with the Cortez C6Ms. So, rather quiet morning, and we had a signal maintainer, a crossing maintainer, that was kind enough to come up to me and rustle and let me know the scoop of where everything was at. But, yeah, it was going to be a quiet day after 131 came through. But we had some AGS traffic going north. And I missed that because I wanted to come out here and wait on these trains because I figured everything was going to run a lot faster than it did. I want to pan around some more in my ride. And that's my secondary tripod. I film every train that comes through for future YouTube videos. And that's an old hospital. How's it going? It's Historia Plaza, but it's an old hospital of some kind. So, back to the station. Let's see here. Nothing on the signal still. It is 408 going on 409, probably. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, my thing... See, I would read, but my thing is... I have to get to a good stopping point if I read a book, and I'm always thinking that the train is going to come at an inopportune time. So that's real. I have a book, I have a couple magazines to keep me busy when I'm trackside, but I never read them because I'm always thinking, well, a train's going to come along and it's going to interrupt your reading, and you're going to have to wait till you get to a good stopping point, and you might miss it. That's kind of my logic. But if it wasn't like that, yeah, I'd totally use reading as a means to kill time while waiting on trains, or make better use of my time, rather. Knucklehead. Oh well. Okay. I'm really hoping we get something in the next 45 to 50 minutes. How's Amtrak looking, train guy? Reason I'm asking is because usually all the railroads tend to stop what they're doing so they can let Amtrak do their thing. So my suspicion is that once Amtrak clears, then the floodgates will open. And we'll start getting our westbound traffic. Light's really good, we just need a train here. At the station as of 2 minutes ago. Okay. Hopefully we get something soon. and I'm starting to lose hope. Thank you guys for staying on the stream and watching and keeping me company. I really appreciate it. I was hoping we'd have a lot more traffic, but if we had a few more hours worth of daylight, we might be able to make this work, but I'm not optimistic. So it's a little bit after quarter after. You reckon Amtrak's left yet? Ah, gotcha. Yeah, thank you, Dad. I appreciate it. It'd just be nice if some trains would come along right now. If there's one thing, and all due respect, if some of those folks that are watching work for Class 1, there's one thing I can say about Class 1s is that, by and large, well, any railroad for that matter, it's just burning daylight. Burning daylight. The daylight's been great here for this afternoon, and the sun is about to go down behind the trees, I'm afraid. So we're going to be running out of playtime here soon, unfortunately. I hope we get at least one more train. I'm going to put my jacket on right quick because it's starting to get a bit chilly. Alrighty. That's more like it. Signal. Nothing on the signal. Most unfortunate. I think I'm going to give it till 5 and then I'm going to call it a live stream. Fun. See, I feel like I-969 would be coming on. For one, because they've been ahead of Amtrak for most of the time. Two, I saw where they were going to meet something before I left Utah. They were going to meet a grain train, so I don't see why they would have held them, because that was like 12:30. They were through Utah, I was told, Utah, Alabama. So I feel like if Amtrak's in the station, I-969 should be headed this way. That's my suspicion anyway, but they're taking their sweet old time for a hotshot intermodal. I think I'm going to give it a little bit and let them come through. And Let's see. What time is it? 5 till 4:30? I hate for this to be an hour and a half or so live stream where you only get one train and let me and listen to me talk for the entire stream. But I'm honestly considering heading back towards Meridian and trying my luck, because there's an NS leader on I-969 and I'd like to get a shot here, but there's better trains out there that I'd like to get too. Oh, there's somebody pulling through here. Now what the heck is this? Hi. We got 4 westbounds in Meridian, and I hope at least one of them comes.
Welcome to our area. Yeah, I'm not sure if it got out yet or not.
I'm doing a YouTube live stream now because I figured we'd have had a parade of trains by now.
Wow, man.
Yeah, I mean we had a 968 go through like hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
And he snuck up on me, but like, I mean, there's a 969 with a P5 liter NS and a tanker with a class unit ACU from CP. There's a 265 with CSX Max second, flared Mac, and there's a, I guess it's a 169 with a KCS trio. And
Wow.
yeah.
This morning there was a westbound with 2 UP motors, which was unusual. And I don't know whether that was a second part of a 969 or a late 69.
It was an extra.
It was an extra.
On NS it was I9S.
Darn. Wow. Well, you got the information, haven't you?
I just saw it. It ran before I got to Meridian, so I didn't even get it. But I just saw it, saw people talking about it and stuff.
Wow. Now, where do you hear all that on?
Facebook, stuff like that.
I'm not on Facebook.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get on there.
Okay, dispatcher just toned somebody up. Okay, that's a CP7000.
Be that oil train?
That's correct.
Wow. You enjoy using the scanner?
Yes, sir. There's so much static I can't hear a word he's saying.
Giving him permission to enter DT from where? West Meridian.
Oh, so he's just getting there?
Yeah. He's a good hour away.
Oh, wait, it takes him an hour to get from Meridian to here?
He's back on about 1 hour.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
I
They
figured they'd be
drag
going
out.
faster than that.
Well, they drag out. They got to come through that hill, which they can only run 40 through there. And once they get past, well, just west of Meehan, that's when they pick it up to 59. So you're looking at 40 miles that first 14 miles out of Meridian. And of course, did that 968 going in?
I believe so.
Yeah, when they go in, they're, as long as he was, he'll clog it up, bottleneck it up there because they can't get enough clearance. So they pull on to the NS. That's what commonly happens. It delays them so. And that 265, same thing. Where are you from?
Southwest Alabama.
Southwest Alabama. That would be down around Millery.
Thomasville.
Thomasville. Got the NS over that way.
That's correct.
Yeah. 3B sub. 3B sub?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. They're reworking now, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, I was over that way November, and I dropped down to Catherine. Heard them, well, it turned out to be a tie game. Saw where they were lengthening Catherine. What do they call it? Dixon, South End.
That's right. Dixon's the south end, Catherine's the north end.
Yeah.
And Sunny South was actually CTC first. They they've had active signals for a good bit now.
So are they CTC?
They are dispatcher controlled.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yep.
Well, good.
And from what I've seen, they've got a brand new Y for a brand new yard down in Mobile
Oh,
because they're expecting a ton of coal traffic.
Cold.
That's correct.
Oh man, I definitely have to get over there for that. I live between here and Hickory. I've been railed up since I was a kid over here.
Gotcha.
Good. What you need to get you is
Signal's still dark.
yeah. You want to get you looking to get you a ham radio. You heard about that?
I've heard of hams. I never really have, but heard of hams before.
This is V86. This is one of the new ones. You'll hear 10 times more on this than scan.
Mm.
I had 4 at one time. Passed one on to young train bus. But I still got 3. And you heard of Smiley antenna?
I'm not sure.
It's out of California. You make 160 megahertz. And it makes all the difference in the world.
Mm.
They really do well. I've been surprised. I was shocked. I didn't get them. I've had scanner all my life. I kept reading about it all along. Finally, back in the spring of last year, I bought the first one, a V86 Icon.
Mm-hmm.
I said, oh my gosh, what the difference it made. And I ended up getting 2 more Icons and then an old Yaesu Vertex 150, which is an old radio. I got one off eBay. And it scans faster than the Icon. Man, I hear a lot further away.
Gotcha.
Notice the difference. Well, that's good. You driving back home tonight? I go over there. Well, you know the route through from Meridian to Myrtlewood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll go out through that way. Most of the time I go as far as Linden. Sometimes I'll go as far as Selma.
Mm-hmm.
And, one thing I didn't find till this year, I knew it existed, but I finally found it, were the 3B crosses, the CSX, the M&B.
Westbrook?
That's right. And boy, that's a gorgeous little place, isn't it?
It is. It's a pretty part of the country.
It really is. And so I've been back 3 times and caught NS, but of course they were working over there most on the track. So that M&B was running night. But hopefully going to get over that way this spring and
Yeah.
catch some of the both action. Have you caught some of the CSX?
I have. Yes, sir.
Golly. Are they running pretty much after the CP connection meets them in the morning?
I feel like their times are a bit random, but they're called out of Montgomery. Cool, cool. We have a train coming. And a clear signal. Thank goodness.
Yeah, probably 969.
Probably. And we got shadows on the depot. Great. Oh well. It's a short one. And he's moving too. 57 miles an hour.
We're not in your way, are we?
Oh no, sir. You're good. We have somebody else here. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is film this train, and I'm going to head off towards Meridian and hope for the best. I'd like to at least get the I-9K, because I don't think that's made it to NS quite yet. But
You'd almost make me hand for that CP.
say again?
You'd almost make it to me hand for that CP, which will probably be dark by the time you get to me hand.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole reason I came out here so I could get both of them at once, but, you know,
Doesn't always work out, does it?
nope. No matter how good you plan.
That's it.
All right.
How many trains run the 3B now?
It's during the week, on a regular basis, not counting any locals, it's 6. You got the Mobile pair, the Calvert pair, and the AGR pair. Every now and then you'll get a 60 and a 60 or a 61C, which are slab steel trains to Calvert. And let's see. You'll have a work train in there sometime, but the coal service is supposed to be starting up soon. Okay, that crossing's going off. Yeah. You didn't hear anything else on the signal while he was passing, did you? Okay.
You'll be surprised. They're not but about, depending on where you get them, $125, $150.
Okay.
Drop-in charger, battery lasts for days.
Mm.
It's awesome.
Cool. Well, thank you.
Yes, sir. Have a great day.
You too. All right, folks. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to head to Meridian and try my luck there. But thank you all for tuning in. Have a good New Year.